Matt is in Newark next up on the Fan. Hello, Matt.
Good morning, boys. I just want to say, Jack Hughes down the left wing side. It's a 2-on-1. Hands it over to Brett. He shoots. He scores!
Matt Loughlin, everybody, the voice of the New Jersey Devils, checking in this morning. Hello, Matt. Congratulations on moving on to the second round. We appreciate you calling in.
Well, fair credit to the boys, but thanks very much. And Boomer, just having a little fun, of course, on a day when the Devils can celebrate a win over their arch rival. And it was a hell of a series, no question about it. I don't think anyone saw it going from 0-2 to a 4-3 win Devil side, but credit the young Rebels, as Lady Ruff calls them.
But I think Tom Fitzgerald did a great job building the team.
Oh, no question. I mean, you look what he did over the summer. Acquires John Marino from Pittsburgh. Quiet deal for Ty Smith. He turns out to be a rock-solid defenseman and a shutdown role. Last night was a +4. Andre Palat signing. You saw the move he made with the game scoreless, what he was able to do to set up Michael McLeod. He brought that Stanley Cup experience. Eric Halla. And he's just pushed all the right buttons in those respects.
And he fixed the goalie situation because you guys' goalie situation was horrific last year.
You have 7 in a season. You're not going anywhere, and that was the case last year. And, yeah, a good point by you, Boomer. I mean, even though everyone's talking about Akira Schmid this morning, and rightfully so, they don't get where they're at without Vitek Vanecek's performance. And I think you'll see him at some point again as the playoffs roll on. But, Schmid is the story of the day, but Vanecek may be the story of the season.
I did flip over just to listen. I want to listen to Kenny Danico and you and just to listen about, the way that, the Rangers were playing. And I thought, I don't know, I just felt like everybody was like all in on both teams. Like the effort was there for the most part until last night when we give up the shorthanded goal and seemed like the air went right out of the team after that. But I felt like it was a tough series, except for the final 2 periods of last night's game.
Well, it was, obviously a series that's rooted in passion. And, the Devils were able to dig deep after falling into that 2-0 hole. Yeah, and I don't think any team really played poorly. I think what happened is last night just the life kind of got squeezed out of the Rangers at the end. I mean, they realized without the power play source fueling them, it was going to be a tough slog. And then the Devils kind of went into that clogging the neutral zone, which is something that teams have used forever in the National Hockey League. Devils sometimes get accused of using it more often than others, but it's just a tried and true defensive tactic. And again, with their speed, just the Rangers had no move to maneuver, and you could slowly see that the frustration was building last night. But I thought it was a hell of a series. I mean, I would say that even if the result was the opposite last night and the Rangers were moving on, it was a classic.
Yeah, so sometimes you'll watch a game and they'll show a player a highlight after the game in a post-game interview, and they say, walk me through what happened here on this particular play. Well, I'm going to do that with you. So we're going to play a call of yours, and if you could afterwards walk us through the call. Eddie, please.
He scores! Dougie Hamilton! That's the overtime game winner!
All right, so how did that call unfold? Did you, prepare yourself for that moment? Give us a little insight there.
No, but, in that instance, right, if the Rangers are to score in overtime, it's 3-0, and it's Katie barred the door. And Dougie Hamilton, was a guy they brought in 2 years ago to signify that while it's a young team, they feel that there's potential there. So let's go out and get the best defenseman on the market at the time, sign him to a big deal. I think it signaled to others that, all right, the Devils might have something cooking if Dougie's hitching his wagon to this Devils train. And so you're just sitting on the edge of your seat. It's at the Garden. You're wondering whether or not the Devils can make this comeback. It's a tight game. They score late to tie it up, relatively late to tie it up. So which way is this going to go? And you just saw it unfold. I mean, Jesper Bratt pulls Ryan Lindgren with him across the ice from sitting atop the Garden. You can see that Hamilton's got a lane, and you just waiting to see what will happen. And then you just kind of live in the moment with the excitement, knowing that the Devils had pulled them back into the series.
Yeah, no,
so great.
Turning,
so awesome,
turning point, a real turning point. Do you ever look at Chico and say, Chico, can you stop wooing? That's enough wooing in the back.
Hey, Larry Brooks, the New York Post columnist, had a column, I don't know, maybe it's a month ago, 6 weeks ago, where he had the top 40 Devils players, personalities, coaches in history, and this is their 40th year. And he listed Chico as among the top 40. And he said he holds the distinction of maybe being the most popular player for two franchises, the Devils and the Islanders, because when we go back to the island, people love having their picture taken and getting autographs signed by Chico. And so my point is you cannot contain a man's enthusiasm.
All right. So
you just got to live with the woos. It's great, though. I mean, it comes from
it is great, man. So we will we'll leave you with one more call that you had. This was the Jack Hughes game winner there, game 4 there, Eddie. So
breaking in all alone. It's Jack Hughes. He scored!
It's absolutely tremendous. So.